What's up, everybody? This is Fred Ricciani of TSC Gaming here to give you guys my first impressions of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on Nintendo Switch and the Wii U. I've been playing this on the brand new Nintendo Switch, and I gotta say, so far, so great. Not so good, so great. This Legend of Zelda game is different from the others. It is an open-world action-adventure game, and you play, of course, as Link, the classic character of the Legend of Zelda series, who wakes up to find Hyrule not where he left it. You see, it's vast, it's empty, it's ridden with monsters, and he keeps hearing a voice, a female voice that tells him, Link, come here, save us, help us. And Link, of course, has to go through all these monsters, solve all these quests, and find a way to save Hyrule once again. Now, this is different from other Zelda games, not just because of the open world aspect, but graphically. You look at the art style, it's very, very different, but it looks great. I mean, I've been climbing different towers, I've been swimming, just looking around. It is such a beautiful game. By far, the best looking Legend of Zelda game of all time. And while the Nintendo Switch certainly has its technical deficiencies compared to the Xbox One and the PS4, my goodness gracious, it's going to be tough to find a game better looking than this on any generation of console right now. Just such a nice looking game. As for the gameplay itself, battling isn't too hard. Being able to switch weapons on the fly is not too hard. It depends how you use the Joy-Con, the new controller for the Nintendo Switch. You could separate the left side and the right side. You can use the little dock, which makes it into one controller. You can play portably, which is what I've done a little bit. As far as going from the TV to the portable version of the Nintendo Switch, I really haven't had any issues. It looks great on the small screen. It looks great on the big screen. But there are several adjustments you have to make whether you've played Zelda or not in the past. One, with the open world, it's not just roaming around, hoarding things, collecting things, crafting things like you would in Skyrim or other famous open world games. It's about survival. There's an element kind of Tomb Raider, in a sense, the new Tomb Raider, where it's not just about going around, killing people, solving these quests, doing side quests. It's about surviving. If it gets cold, you better start a fire quick or else you'll die. If you see a bunch of enemies and you're outnumbered, you better have enough bows and arrows because you will be swarmed and die. You have low stamina while you're swimming around for treasure in the river? You better get out there before you lose breath. There are a whole lot of things that can kill you in this game. And I'd say that's the biggest difference between Zelda games of the past and this one right here. This is a game, not saying other Zelda games didn't do this, but this is a Zelda game that forces you to use your brain. Forces you to think logically. This isn't a game you could just mindlessly play. Sure, you could wander around, you could complete certain side quests, you could talk to various characters and whatnot, but for the most part, you really have to use strategy when battling, when crafting, and when dealing with the real elements of this world. And if you're somebody that feels overwhelmed by the open world format of this game, remember, you have the very helpful Sheikah Slate, which not only allows you to check out landmarks from afar and shrines, but also set waypoints and be able to set icons for places such as campfires if you want to go back and cook some food. You can also fast travel even in the face of danger, which is extremely, extremely useful in certain situations. I've played this for a few hours. Time has passed by pretty quickly. I've only scratched the surface, and I am loving this game so far. In terms of the dialogue, there's some voiceover work, mostly with the strange female voice that keeps saying, Link, Link. The rest is dialogue that you have to read when you're talking to the old man who is your guide, among other characters throughout this game. But the content is so good, the story is so interesting, I haven't had any issues with it. In terms of frame rate, in terms of response time, in terms of hearing about the Joy-Cons where the left side wouldn't work, whether or not that was the case beforehand, it seems like the recent Nintendo update cured the Joy-Con of any potential issues it might have had on launch day. And the gameplay-wise, it's been running pretty smooth for me. So overall, without giving too much away of the story and what you're about to encounter, I have to give The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild a massive thumbs up so far. But folks, I want to hear from you. What do you think about Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild? Are you playing it on Wii U? Are you playing it on the Switch? Are you holding off? Let me know. Leave a comment below. Tweet us. Facebook us. Do what you got to do. If you enjoyed this early impressions review, please like, share, take care, and don't forget to subscribe for more gaming updates.